Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. On your feet or on your knees, you wanted the best and you got it. Trippy food. Okay, so there's three live album intros in a row. That'll be our first trivia question. You know what those three live album intros are, and if you got more, let me know. If you know other ones. It looks like Tom says 4 minutes to 5 o'clock, Charlie, but it's 5 o'clock, Charlie. So welcome to another live stream Trippy Food episode. And it's a grab bag today, so it's not thematic. We should have done like a Thanksgiving one. But, oh my God, poor Doodle. He just jumped up and I think he hit his head on the bottom of the desk because he didn't jump well. But anyways, it's not Thanksgiving themed, but what would you do for Thanksgiving anyways? It's not like we can have a big turkey leg here or something. Oh, it's not a bad idea though. Hey, so Tom is here and Janet Yamanaka is here. So it's sort of a party, but oh, Doodle, come here, Doodle, come here, Doodle, come here. He's all excited because he knows when he hears me start talking, that means that we're doing a show, and that means there's snacks. There's a bunch of snacks. So Doodle was a bad boy. So I had the trash by the front door, ready to take it out, but I hadn't taken it out. And he somehow managed to tear into the trash and eat the snacks from last week, the leftover snacks. And one of them was like the spicy chicharron. I don't know how he was eating that. I don't know how he tolerated that stuff because dogs don't usually eat hot pepper, but Doodle did. So he's all antsy. He's like, I want a snack. I want a snack. We will give you a snack. We'll give you a snack so you can chill out. And then later on, we'll introduce you to everybody. So say goodbye for now, Doodle. All right. Hey, what did you do? Here, come here. Got himself all tangled up into his little vest. There we go. Back to normal. All right, dude. Let me get you a snack. Time for a Scooby snack. These. I got to be honest with you. These are Trader Joe's smoked chicken tenders dog treats. There's nothing that says that people can't eat them. The only ingredient is chicken, although I don't know. Sometimes smoke is listed as an ingredient. It's not in this particular case. But you open that up, they smell really, really good. It smells like really, really good jerky. But this is good for him because there's no spices or anything else that you would typically put in jerky. So they're good for him. Now, usually he runs out into the other room. I get the door closed. He's like, what did you do? You closed the door and I can't run out into the other room. But he's going to eat it out there anyways. So there we go. Doodle will be back, Tom. So, hey, Steve Russell snuck into the room while I was busy spending some time with Doodle. So welcome. And John King is in the room. So welcome, Steve and John. It's starting to become a party now. So we got 9 people in the room. Well, again, still don't know what that number means. There's 9. There's 9 something, either 9 people watching or 9 people logged in or 9 subscribers. I don't know. I don't know what that number means. It's not like you can, well, maybe you can. I was going to say, maybe you can hover up over it and it will show you, but it does not. So, yeah, 9 some, now there's 10 something. There's 10 something in the room. There we go. So for those of you in the U.S., and I don't think we have anybody outside of the U.S. yet on the stream. So for everybody in the U.S., this week coming up is Thanksgiving week. So I hope you all have a safe and happy Thanksgiving, or at least have the day off. Some people don't. Depends on where you work, but some people actually don't have that day off, Thanksgiving. So, but those of you who do, I hope you have a good Thanksgiving, and I hope you have an interesting Thanksgiving. And it's not just turkey or anything like that. So. There's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, I always love a good turkey leg every once in a while. So there you go. Hey, Dan Portnier. I'm going to say Portnier. You tell me if that's wrong, Dan. That's what I would say is Portnier. But please let me know if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. And if I am, please spell it out phonetically for me, and we'll do better next time. And we'll just stick with Dan. But yeah, it is the first time in a long time. So thank you for joining us, Dan, and welcome. And everybody else is saying hi to you already. Hey, Peter Griffin in the room. Now there is somebody outside of the U.S. So we were just talking about Thanksgiving, Peter, but it doesn't mean anything to you, and that's okay. Maybe you have the day off. I don't know. Is it a Is it some sort of holiday this week coming up, or next week coming up in the U of K? Okay, we're just getting the niceties out, and so John King was asking Tom, old guy in Colorado, if he's doing a live stream tonight, which he says he is. So remember, we go till 3 p.m. Pacific time, and at 5 p.m. Pacific time, Tom, old guy in Colorado, does his live stream. So don't be sure not to miss that. For those of you who I think. Sometimes Ken Domick does a live stream on Saturdays, and people jump over to that. Usually, Reckless Eating does a live stream on Saturdays. So don't know though, because they kind of make it up as they go. All I know is that we're doing live stream. I will tell you how. Hello, Julie Couture. Julie, welcome back. I don't see you though. I have it on live chat, and I don't see Julie. Where is Julie? Oh, there you are. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Julie. Hope you had a wonderful vacation. So Julie and Chris took the girls to Florida. So I think you did both Universal and Disney World. I saw some Epcot in there. So hope that was fun. And there's lots of pictures from that. But welcome back, Julie. We've missed you. You'll be able to rate my pour today because we are having a alcoholic beverage as well as a soft drink. So welcome back, Julie. Good to have you back on. Oh, so before I went off on a tangent, just wanted to remind people there will not be a live stream next week. So I just don't know where I'm going to fit it in. I kind of have a busy, really busy schedule from Thanksgiving Day on. Actually, even before that, Wednesday, because Claudia, Mrs. Trippy Food, comes back from Colombia on Wednesday. So you got Wednesday, and then Thursday's Thanksgiving, and then there's the weekend where the weekend is completely booked up. I can't think of any time I can squeeze in a live stream. So we're going to just cancel the live stream for this weekend. So just spread the word, let your friends know. And again, I mentioned this at the end of one of the live streams. I think it was last week, maybe it was the week before, but just wanted to remind people that if you go to our YouTube channel, and you've clicked on the subscribe button. Next to the subscribe button, there's a little bell, and if you click on the bell, there's actually several options. But I think if you click on the bell with a little thing next to it, it will let you know every time we either have something scheduled or something is a new post, a new video is airing. So click on that, and then you'll always know. The other thing you can do is to like us on Facebook. We have a Trippy Food Facebook page on Facebook. It's Trippy Food, FOOD, so 3 O's, all one word, Trippy Food. We also have our Instagram feed, which is Val_Trippy Food, and then our Twitter feed, which is @TrippyFood, all one word. So usually when I'm going to do a live stream, I'll put out notification on all 3 of those. And so you guys will know ahead of time. So that way, just next Friday, people won't be saying, "Hey Val, you're gonna do a live stream." So you'll know. You guys know now there won't be a live stream this weekend coming up. But in the future, if we ever have to, we do it on a different day, different time, and everything. Subscribe, ring the bell, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. What do they call you? Follow us on Instagram, and you will know as soon as a new episode comes out, or as soon as when we're scheduling a live stream. You'll know. So there we go. Housekeeping out of the way. Let's see. Anyone here ever tried chocolate-covered broccoli? No, I don't suppose that's terrible, John. If I'm assuming you've tried it, so do you cook the broccoli first, or is it raw broccoli? I think raw broccoli would work better. It's sometimes broccoli is used as a fondue ingredient, and I know they're dipping it in cheese. Chocolate might work. I don't know. So John, how have you had it, or how would you do it? Would you do it like fresh, raw uncooked broccoli, and then dip that in the chocolate? That could work. That could work at all. No live stream. Yes, Peter. No live stream, but we've got a lot of episodes coming out. So maybe I will make that up to you by releasing some episodes this weekend. So we'll have a full weekend of at least episodes, and at least you can get your Trippy Food fix over the weekend with some episodes. Maybe we'll do that. So we do have a Thanksgiving episode already planned. That's coming out. But maybe Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we'll just do 4 more. So I like Julie says, hi, Tom, Janice, Peter, John, Dad. Tom, Janice, Peter, John. Those are the Gospels, right? No, that's not right. I think only John is. Now, there's no Gospel of Tom or Janice or Peter. Let's see. Did I miss anything? I forgot Thanksgiving is next week. Yeah, it is. It's this Thursday coming up. For those of us in the U of S of A, Peter Griffin, obviously, being in the UK, you will not be celebrating Thanksgiving. At least I don't think you will. There's nothing wrong with it. Go ahead if you want to. There's no rules. Washed my beard this morning, and I can't do a thing with it. What was it? Oh, my God. There was a commercial, I want to say back in the 70s, maybe? The 60s or 70s, I can't remember which. And it's like, I just washed my hair, and I can't do a thing with it. But I can't remember the brand. I can't remember what it was a commercial for, but I do remember that. Keep birds in it. Well, speaking of birds, I keep forgetting to do this. I'm going to share something with you guys. So when I was in Boston, Julie gifted me this amazing, beautiful box that contains 2 bird's nests, swallow bird's nests, and it's for making bird's nest soup. So I don't know. It's like I kind of want to do it for a live stream, but then again, it'd be the first time I do it. I want to make sure I'm doing it right and everything. I want to kind of not eat one and keep it in this nice box, and then eat the other one and everything. But we do have bird's nest to make bird's nest soup. So that's kind of a cool thing, and that'll be coming up sometime. I'm surprised I haven't got around to it yet. Adam Heb is in the room. So he retracted a message and then he said hello. So I kind of wonder what the retracted message was. Maybe it was another version of hello, or maybe he spelled hello wrong. I don't know. Got a dry shampoo, maybe wraps, or curlers. Curlers, that's it. Put curlers in your beard. That would be fun. Do a live stream with curlers in your beard, Tom. There we go. Save it for a new video. Yeah, I think so too, Tom, Peter. I think that's what we'll do. We will do it for a new video. So, all right. Right on. So we are, let's see, we're at 1:12. Let's wait another 3 minutes, although we got a room full of people. We got, or again, don't know what that number means. Doodle is like scratching at me. I don't know, I don't think he wants to be pet. I think he wants more snacks. But, pace yourself, man. Pace yourself. You'll be 800 pounds. He's good. He's okay. But I try to pace him. So when we start opening snacks, we will give him another snack. But he's just he's just a needy little dog right now. No, I sent the wrong message. No worries, Adam. We're all family here. It's a family-friendly live stream. So no harm, no foul. Don't worry about it. The dudes. You guys want to see the doodle again? He's all antsy. It's the doodle. It's the Prince of Dogness himself. The dude. Doodle S Dog. I know you're wondering what the S stands for. Who knows what the S stands for? Doodle S Dog. And that's dog, D-O-G-G. Doodle S Dog. Who knows what the S stands for? Come on, somebody. Doodle S Dog. Hi, Doodle. Hi. No snacks yet. We're gonna do snacks in a little bit. Very, very soon. We're gonna do snacks, and you're gonna have another treat. Oh my God, he's just so cute. He is so cute. Yes, Janice, you are correct. Well, Stan is good. Then there's always Satan, but or it's just could be just an S, like Harry S. Truman. The S didn't stand for anything. It was just an S. Gonna drive home from Marlboro, so dropping off for a bit. Home from Marlboro? What are you doing in Marlboro? Are you at the stadium? Is it the stadium's in, all right? Not Sullivan. What do they call it now? Whatever the stadium is. Are you at the stadium, Julie? You doing a live show? If I don't make it back on Happy Thanksgiving, if you don't make it back, don't talk like that, Julie. Yeah, hopefully you will, or just tune in. It's good to see you again, even if it's just your little avatar and your name. Doodle. Samsara, that's interesting. Sasquatch, that's a good one. We don't really have one. You know, I was thinking Snoop, but it doesn't have to be. You know, it could just be an S. So, you know, you guys throw it out there and we'll do them all. You know, that S will stand for all of those. Doodle, chill, brother, chill. It's okay. You gotta chill out. You gotta chill out. You have to chill out. Here, chill out, Doodle. He gets so excited. Chill out, Doodle. Chill out. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. All right, we're at 1:15 right now. Let's review our snacks. And he just look at this. He just came up here by himself. Yeah, it's like, that's okay. That's okay. All right, so let's review our snacks. So first on our list, the brand is, no, Doodle, you cannot have these. The first snack is, the brand is Soldanza, and these are yuca chips. Yuca is also called cassava. No, cassava, is that right? I think it's cassava. It's the root of a yucca plant, and yucca is different. I mean, yucca is different than yucca. You can't eat yucca. You can eat yucca. And these are yucca chips. These are, Soldanza is from Puerto Viejo de Sarapiqui in Costa Rica. And Puerto Viejo is Old Port, or whatever that means. I'm going to do these. Maybe we'll do them in this order. I think we will do them in this order. And then second, yes, it's our friend Pringles. And these are, I think we did one of the other Pringles scorching ones. I don't think we did it for the live stream. I think we did it for an episode, but small cans. So if I don't like them, I can throw the rest of the can away and not feel bad about it. But these are Pringles Scorchin BBQ flavored. Barbecue flavored Pringles. I'm going to give Pringles another try. Pringles, Oreos, Lay's. So much disappointment. So much disappointment. But hopefully these will be okay. You know, I'm guessing they taste like the regular barbecue chips and aren't, or can they even be called chips? I think somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I believe in the UK that Pringles is not allowed to call these crisps because they're not true potato chips. Potato is only one of the ingredients, and I think there's wheat in it as well. So they're all like chopped up and flaked and formed. And let's see, ingredients: dried potatoes. I know they have other stuff in it too, like wheat and stuff. Corn flour, corn starch, rice flour. Yeah, a little of everything in it. It's not really potatoes. They're not potato chips. So in the UK, I think there was some sort of lawsuit or something, or the UK told them they can't call them crisps or they can't call them chips. So there we go. Pringles are crisps in the US. Pringles are in the US. Well, what does it say? It says barbecue flavored potato crisps. You're right. I never noticed that, Janice, that on the can it actually says potato crisps. But the problem with calling them potato crisps is if you call them potato crisps in the UK, that assumes potato chips. And so that's why there's a problem that they can't call them potato. They probably call them potato chips in the UK and potato crisps here. That would make sense because they're not potato chips. And it's even a little deceptive calling them potato crisps in the United States because potato is just one of the ingredients. So we're going to do those. And then these, which look interesting, these are, Pringles is from Jackson, Tennessee, or at least those are made in Jackson, Tennessee. They started selling Pringles in 1968. These are, the company is called Moonlight Mixes, and the line is called Wicked Mix. These are Wicked Mix, I guess, because they're spicy. So these are smoky hot chipotle Wicked Mix. I think it's probably like a spicy Chex Mix. It looks like the same things in it. I'm seeing pretzels. I'm seeing walnuts. It looks like peanuts. It looks like Chex. So I'm guessing it's going to be like a Chex Mix. They say, well, cashews. So they're not using cashews in a Chex Mix. Cashews, almonds, peanuts, pecans, and other tasty morsels. That's pecans and not pecans. All flavored with 7 wicked spices plus smoky chipotle pepper. So that sounds like fun. That's a doable one. Moonlight Mixes is located in Little Rock, Arkansas, and has been since 2013. Okay, so fourthly is The Peanut Shop of Williamsburg, Smokehouse, bacon and cheddar nuts, seasoned Virginia peanuts. Now, if anybody's wondering about peanuts, peanuts is a big deal in Virginia. If I don't know, Julie's gone already, but check out our episode that we did in Virginia. We went to one of the peanut places and got the boiled peanuts. Peanuts are a big deal in Virginia, all over Virginia. Actually throughout the South. So you can go all the way through Florida and go to like convenience stores and gas stations and find boiled peanuts and stuff. So peanuts is a big deal. But they are not from Williamsburg. They are actually from Toano, Virginia. And they have been selling their nuts since the 1970s. How about potato papers? Well, they're a little bit thick to be papers, more like balsa wood, So I like it maybe a little too thick. I wouldn't want to write on them and everything, John. Potato something, potato balsa or something. It looks like balsa wood, I guess. Goobers. Goobers are. Wait a minute. Because they're like the candy goobers, those are peanut. Yeah, goobers, peanuts, right? Like goober pile, like he's peanut pile. I don't know. It's kind of weird. This is the last one, which is like really weird. First of all, it's weird because you walk down the center aisle and you see all the dry food, and this is in it. This is in it. It's eggs. They're eggs, soft boiled eggs. These are, and it says soft boiled, but I don't think, like soft boiled, usually they would fall apart if you peel them, but they look like they're already peeled. I don't think that there's a shell on them, but if there are, we'll open. This says it has a shelf life of months, but once you open the individual wrap packages in between, you have to eat them immediately. Now, somebody, I can't recall who it was, somebody saw this picture and said, well, they look like tea eggs. They do look a little like tea eggs, but tea eggs, usually they crack the shell a little bit. So you kind of have that kind of like, branchy kind of pattern on them. These are soy sauce eggs. So I think these are just I think maybe boiled, shelled, and then soaked in soy sauce. So I think they're probably going to be really salty, but I don't know. So I thought these were interesting. These are from Foo's Kitchen. There's actually a restaurant called Foo's Kitchen. They're not related. Foo's Kitchen is from Fuji Frozen Food in Kaohsiung. No, wait, that's not that's a Kaohsiung. I think it's Kaohsiung, Taiwan. Kaohsiung, Taiwan. They've been around since 1969. Those are our snacks. Doodle, unfortunately, hadn't had any yet, but that's okay. Doodle, I can't give you another snack right now. You got to pace yourself, brother. Potato slots. That might work. Potato cards. How about potato cards, John? What do you think? Potato cards. That sounds better. In the South, boiled peanuts are often called goobers or goober peas. Goober is the Gullah adaptation of yuba, the African word for peanut. Look at you, Tom. Look at you, Tom. Nice. We've been schooled. All right. That's awesome. Is there such a thing as a medium boiled egg? Because I've heard of both soft and hard boiled, but never medium boiled. Maybe. So the thing is there's not an exact science. Like I have tried to do soft boiled and hard boiled eggs. I think there's a lot of things that make a difference. The temperature of the water, whether you put the eggs in and bring the water to temperature, whether they're kind of steamed, maybe the density of the egg itself that makes a big difference. I usually do, like for a soft boiled egg, I usually do it about 6 minutes, maybe 6.5 minutes for a soft boiled egg. And that's when you crack it open. You don't want to the egg does not stay apart. It's kind of the yellow part is runny, the yolk is runny, and the white part is firm. And it's right around the right place. You can maybe go up to 6 minutes. Once you go past, you go up to 7 minutes. Once you get past 7 minutes, you get closer to 8 minutes. Then it starts to become hard boiled. And there's varying degrees of hard boiled too. So I've had some hard boiled where the yolk is still kind of maybe a little bit creamy, but almost solid. And then if you go too far, then it's when the yolk turns green and it's like a rubber ball. So you can overcook them. That's a little bit of everything though. So I don't know. Tom was doing when he does when he boils his eggs, he usually does them like in about an inch of water when they're not really covering the egg, and then covering the pan and then kind of steaming the egg. You can do it that way too. Val hasn't asked a question. Oh, okay. Didn't even talk about kumquats. No. So Tom's not going to answer kumquats because but we're about to ask a question when we do our first snack. So there we go. Who invented the classic? Mean Metal Mike is in the room. Mean Metal Mike. I don't know if you were here at the beginning. So in our introduction, I did 3 live album introductions. So basically, like if you listen to the live album, it's what you hear at the beginning of the live album. So for you, because you were in the room and I know you will know these, I will repeat what we did at the intro. And Mean Metal Mike, anyone else can join in on this, but they didn't. Mean Metal Mike, let me know what these things are from. So one is, welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. The second one is, you wanted the best and you got it. And the third one was, on your feet or on your knees. So Mean Metal Mike, you tell me what those 3 live album intros are from. I'm doing one just for you. Potato Bark. That's perfect, John. That's absolutely perfect. Potato Bark. It's perfect. We're gonna eat Pringles Scorchin BBQ Potato Bark. I love it. That's perfect. You got one, Mean Metal Mike. You got 2 more. All right, so let's review our beverages. So we have our 2 beverages. So this first one, I just found the name interesting. So this is called Redondo Peach Soda. So for those who don't know, earthquake. No, it's just my elbow hitting the desk. Redondo Peach Soda. So for those who aren't familiar, those who are not from Southern California, this is a pun. It's a pun because I don't know where this is made. There's no information on the label whatsoever, but it's a pun because it is it's a play on the word Redondo Beach. Redondo Beach is a city in, I want to say, no, it's in LA County. I don't think it's in Orange County. Redondo Beach, and they call it Redondo Peach. So this little sign here, if you go to Redondo Beach, this looks like the sign that's over like the main entrance to Redondo Beach. So that's it. This is kind of a pun or a play on words. Redondo Peach Soda. I couldn't find anything about this, like who really makes it. It seems to be the only product. It just says locally made and made by Jeff's brother. So I don't know that there's a company called Jeff's brother or anything. It just says made by Jeff's brother. So it's really kind of a weird thing. Again, don't know if it's just like a single product or if it's I don't know what the deal is. It's a one-off. The other thing is it's peach soda. What's the first thing that jumps out at you about this peach soda? It's blue, right? Who the hell ever heard of blue peaches? I have not heard of blue peaches. So I'm thinking, like, why is it blue? Who makes it? Nothing, no information whatsoever. This is going to be really interesting. So that's fascinating. Again, you know what? It has a Real Soda cap. I think Real Soda is probably the company that makes it, because I think we did another beverage from Real Soda earlier. I think it's Real Soda. There we go. Didn't look on the bottle cap, looked on the label, didn't find anything on the label. It's on the bottle cap. Go figure. I only know the second one, which is Kiss Alive. Okay, anybody else? Anybody else get those? The 3 intros that we did, the 3 live album intros that we did. Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. And Julie would get this if she was online right now. Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. You wanted the best and you got it, which Mean Metal Mike got that. That was from Kiss Alive. And On Your Feet or On Your Knees. So that was the third one. So my daughter reviewed that soda in February of 2020. Don't spoil it for us, Janice. We want to be surprised. Hey, Grub Warp is in the room. Welcome, Grub Warp. Did anyone else come in while I was busy yapping? Did I miss anybody? I don't like to miss anybody. Have you ever heard of an actual blue raspberry? Yes, I have never heard of an actual blue peach. And it's a blue peach. It's blue. It doesn't say raspberry. I don't even think there's any ingredients. There is no, carbonated water, cane sugar, citric acid, natural and artificial flavor, but they don't say what that is. I'm assuming it's peach. Ester gum. I went to school with her, Esther Gum. I wonder how she's doing. Sodium benzoate as a preservative. yellow number 5, and blue number 1. There's a lot of blue number 1 in here. I'd rather have it blue number 1 than blue number 2. How about potato salad soda? You know what, John? You might check Lester. I don't know if Lester Fixins has a website. I think it's part of Rocket Fizz, but it would not surprise me if they have not already done a Lester Fixins potato salad soda. Hey, Tom got the first one right. It is in fact Emerson, Lake and Palmer, not from Brain Salad Surgery. It was from the Emerson, Lake and Palmer live album, which was actually called "Welcome Back, My Friends, to the Show That Never Ends." So it was a live album, Emerson, Lake and Palmer's live album that came out right after Brain Salad Surgery. So it was from Emerson, Lake and Palmer live album. So Doodle's like acting weird today. He's all, look at him. He's like, I know you're hiding the snack somewhere, but he's all crazy and junk. You're all crazy and junk, Doodle. That'll teach you to eat spicy chicharron. And then last, and certainly not least, our alcoholic beverage of choice today, or our beer of choice today. This is from Boulevard Brewing, and this is Bourbon Barrel Quad, not Quat, Quad. Although somebody should make a kumquat beer. Tom, maybe we should start getting into brewing and make a kumquat beer or something. Which Black Sabbath song is about cocaine? Snowblind. And what studio album is it from? Snowblind is from, I want to say, I think the album called Paranoid? It was the one with like Ozzy with the sword, that kind of weird picture. I think that's what album that was from. Real Soda is based in Gardena, California. Thank you very much, Janice. So when we start to drink our blue soda, our Tidy Bowl soda, now we know. There we go. Real Soda is based in Gardena, California. Thank you. Volume 4. Oh, okay. I didn't remember it being Volume 4, but that's okay. I remember Volume 4 being a pretty good album. And then I can't remember what the album was that came out afterwards, and that wasn't as great. Although what's the one with the escalators, with the robots on the escalators? Can't remember the name of that album, but there was a great song from that album, which was not sung by Ozzy Osbourne. So Mean Metal Mike, do you know what song I'm talking about? It was not sung by Ozzy Osbourne. It was sung by another member of the band. All right, so Paranoid, that was about cocaine. Well, maybe there was more than one about cocaine. I know Sweet Leaf was about weed, but I used to follow them a lot. I used to like them a lot. All right, Doodle, I got more hair on me than he has on him now. It's All Right, sung by drummer Bill Ward. You're absolutely correct, Metal Mike. I love that song. It's absolutely a great song. And not that I don't like Ozzy singing with Black Sabbath. It's just that if you played that for somebody and you asked them what band it was in, very, very few people would actually recognize that as Black Sabbath. Because Ozzy doesn't sing it. Bill Ward, their drummer, sings it. So I can see Doodles like Snuffles, who appeared in several episodes of Quick Draw McGraw. Snuffles, voiced by the great cartoon voice artist Dawes Butler. Yeah, Snuffles was. Correct me if I'm wrong. Snuffles was the dog that like you would give him. He would want something to eat, and then like some kind of Scooby snack kind of thing. And then when you did, he kind of like went like this. I think that was Snuffles. I only barely remember Quick Draw McGraw. Who was his side? Baba Louie, who was the burro. He was his sidekick, and it was like, okay, Quick Draw. He would point to his mouth and went, Once he ate it, he would hug himself, levitate upwards several feet. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. You guys sound. It wasn't Paranoid. Oh, somebody said Paranoid. Oh, Paranoid is incorrect. Okay, so it was Snowblind then? I didn't remember seeing you saying that was correct or incorrect. I said Snowblind. Mean Metal Mike? Yes, no? There is a kumquat beer, a Radler. It was at the Kumquat Festival in Dade City, Florida. Where is it now, Janice? We have got to get that on the show. We've got to get that on the show. And we got to get Tom one. Maybe, Tom, I sense a collaboration coming up. All right. So anyways, Boulevard Brewing Company, Boulevard Bourbon Barrel Quad, not Quat. Boulevard Brewing was founded in 1989 by John McDonald, not Ronald McDonald, John McDonald, in Kansas City, Maryland. And this beer has a whopping 12.2% ABV. So if Uncle Val gets a little bit loopy today, you'll know why. All right. So we have soda. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 snacks and alcoholic beverage. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to open the soda first. Then we'll do a couple of snacks. We'll open the alcoholic beverage and we'll do the rest of the snacks, which is okay because the rest of it seems to be bar food anyways, except this. Let's get started. So we're like a half an hour in, but we're good. We are good. So again, our ultimate foodie, our food and drink ultimate foodie quiz cards that we're going to pretend to use. And let's do our first trivia question and get right into it. Snowblind is an amazing song. Yeah, but Mean Metal Mike, did you say whether it is or it is not Snowblind? Okay, here we go. Our first card, our first question. I just like to hear Val say kumquat. Kumquat, kumquat. How many times can you say that fast? I can barely say it twice. Okay, so the question is, what is the main ingredient of the Korean soup bosintang? It's also called boshintang or gajangu. Did I say that? Gajangu. Gajangu. All right. So boshintang, boshintang, or gajangu. They're three different ways of saying the same thing, but it is a Korean dish. What is the main ingredient of those three dishes? Of one of that dish that has three different names. There we go. Snowblind, correct. Okay, I thought so. And if I'm not mistaken, Snowblind by Styx probably is the same, is also thematic like that. So let's open our first snack. Our first snack is Soldanza yuquitas, which means little yucca. Yuuka, I'm sorry, little yucca. They are Jojueles de yuca, cassava chips. I was right on the cassava part. And again, these are from Costa Rica. These are original flavor, which means they're probably not seasoned at all. So we're just going to go ahead and open those from the top. Well, Mean Metal Mike, you can take a guess. So that's the thing about this is we don't really have any rules, right? So we asked a trivia question, and if you have a guess, you think you know it, you just throw it out there. If you think you might know it, but you're not sure, you want to take a guess, then throw that out there. Or you could do what Janice does and look it up. So Janice is like always looking these things. Like everybody's going like, oh my God, Janice is a genius. She's a genius because she knows how to do a search for these things and finds them. There's no rules. There's nothing wrong with looking it up. You are allowed to look it up. We don't penalize people for getting the wrong answer. So you can look it up, and you don't have to be first. All right. It does have that kind of fried yuca smell. They're pretty basic. There's nothing. It doesn't look like there's any seasoning or anything on them at all. You know, it just looks like sliced and fried cassava chips. Here's salt. Here's some salt. See, there goes Mean Metal Mike is taking a guess. There's no wrong answers, just guesses, you know. That is true, Mean Metal Mike. You don't know how to spell what the question is. So I'll give you the short and easy one. BOSINTANG. Like BOS like Boston, IN like in, and tang like the drink of astronauts. These are good. So they definitely have the yuca flavor, lightly salted, so they're not really salty, slightly salted. They're not greasy. There's a nice crispness and a crunch to it and everything. They get a thumbs up. It's just a really nice. It's not bland because, like I said, they do have a lot of flavor, but it's just a really nice, light, crispy, airy, not greasy. This is a great snack. You know, it's like not too salty to make you thirsty. Not too many overpowering flavors. No spice whatsoever. So like no crazy spice to deal with or anything like that. Yeah, that's a big thumbs up. So, Soldanza, Yuquitas, or Juquitas, as they would say in South America. Big thumbs up. Let's go back to our card. And our card was, what is the main ingredient of the Korean soup? Bosintang, Boshintang, or Gejanggu? And I may not be saying that right. Not having mastered the Korean language. But the answers were, let's see. Tom, of course, said kumquats. And so he automatically gets 10 points. Tom, just assume you're automatically going to get 10 points every time you say kumquats. Just you, though. Just you. Let's see. John King said prune juice. That's a good guess. Let's see. Janice Yamanaka said dog meat. Mean Metal Mike said cat meat. Tom says, but they only cook up bad dogs. Let's see. Osintang. Oh, Janice Yamanaka helped Mean Metal Mike on the spelling on that one. I'm sticking with kumquats on this one. Safe move, Tom. Adam Hebb said horse meat. Mean Metal Mike says dog meat. I think Mean Metal Mike originally said cat meat, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and he changed it to dog meat. That's okay. Peter Griffin says cat meat. The correct answer, the most correct answer, is in fact dog meat. So it is a dog stew, a dog meat stew that they make in Korea. As far as cat meat goes, I have not found a traditional dish. Like, in other words, you can look up traditional dishes or things that people have eaten in the past or things that actually have a name or anything. Cat is not widely. I've not found a lot of dishes made from cat. I mean, I know that like they sell the big cats like lion meat. My friend Anshu from Exotic Meat Market, he sells lion meat, but the dish made with cat, I don't find a lot of those. If you guys do, let me know. But I've not found a lot of cat meat dishes. Good, 10 points every time. I have enough for. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, they're points, Tom, but they're not really green stamps. So you know, maybe we should do green stamps. We'll give out green stamps. So we'll change the color because there already were green stamps. So we'll do like Trippy stamps or something. I don't know, something like that. I wouldn't eat dog meat. Well, me and Middle Mike, I would not eat dog meat here in the United States. So because dogs aren't raised for meat, they're not a food source in the United States. I would not eat. If I went to Korea and I went over to somebody's house and it was a traditional thing and they made a dog meat dish, I would eat it. I would not say no. I would eat it. The closest I have come to eating dog meat is I have eaten coyote. Because it was one of the things that it's legal for to eat in the United States. Coyote, believe it or not. So I have had coyote, but I have not had dog. I will not have dog unless I'm in a country where it is legal to eat it. Then I will do that. Not after you to pay point tax to the government, Tom. Oh, okay. The point tax. Yeah, so green stamps is a better deal. So maybe we'll just do green stamps. Pets should not be made into food, but that's not a story. Well, pets are not made into food. Things they don't take pets and make them into food. So like if you go to, let's say you go to Peru, right? You go to Peru and you go into a restaurant and they're serving guinea pig, right? And you say, oh my God, why are you serving guinea pig? That's a pet. And then the person in Peru would say, why are you eating guinea pig? Why are you keeping guinea pig as a pet? That's food, right? So it depends on, culturally, it depends on what you're used to culturally, right? In California, it is legal to eat guinea pig in California if you buy it from somebody who sells it specifically for food. It is legal in California. What is illegal is you cannot go to a Petco and buy a guinea pig and cook it. You can't do that. It's illegal to do that. So there's a separation between pets and what is raised specifically for food. There are people who keep capybara as pets. You need a special license for it because they're semi-aquatic and they do require specific care. You can adopt them as pets in the United States, but in South America, they are ranch or farm raised, however you want to say it. It's like I'm sure that there's like raised near a river or something like that. They are raised specifically for food. So, it's kind of an iffy thing. And it's like, I know that people get really upset about dog because they say, well, dog is a very, very, very intelligent animal. However, pigs are more intelligent than dogs, and yet people have no qualms about eating pigs. So I don't know. I mean, it's a philosophical and moral and it's an issue that would require much, much, much more time than we have today to talk about. Maybe if you guys want to, we will do a live stream sometime where we just do nothing except talk about unusual cuisine like that and cultural things that are culturally acceptable in some places but not others. We can do that. We'll just make a whole stream out of that. It's questionable as to what kind of foods we can have for that, but certainly we can do that. Don't ever try talking to avocados. Yeah, they don't listen. Let's see. When I was a teen, I met a guy that cooked up a house cat that got hit by a car. He baked it with carrots and onions. It was tough and greasy. I imagine it would, Tom, because cats they have a lot of sinew and a lot of muscle, and they're extremely lean. So I imagine it would be tough. I think you'd have to like pressure cook that to make it anything close to edible and everything. But anyways. We digressed there a little bit, but anyways, putting the card back in the deck and moving on to our next snack. So our next snack is going to be our Pringles Scorchin BBQ Potato Barks. I like that, John. I'm going to use that from now on, potato bark. And I will give you full credit. I like that. I'm going to use that myself. Mr. Hand, is Mr. Smoky going to pass this semester? Potato bark. Oh, I opened it. I didn't fully open it. It's okay. 10-second rule. Let's ask a card. Okay, so this one that might be a little bit nicer for those who are feeling questionable about dog. The eating of one animal carries a fine of 3 to 7 years in prison and/or fines up to 25,000 rupees in India. So in India, the eating of one animal carries a fine of 3 to 7 years in prison and/or fines up to $25,000. All right, so that question goes over here, and let's open our Pringles Scorchin BBQ Potato Bark. I like that, John. I'm sticking with that. From now on, Pringles are potato bark, not like a dog bark. All right, so right off the bat, I'm thinking, you guys see that? Let's see if I can get, It looks like flaming hot, flaming hot powder on that. That's what it looks like. So let's see. So the thing is maybe it's going to taste like flaming hot, but it better taste like barbecue. Drew Horst snuck into the room. Welcome, Drew. I had to have seen you before. I was reading one of your lines. I didn't realize that you had snuck into the room, and I neglected to welcome you to the room. So welcome to the room, Drew Horst. Good to see you again. And Donald Epperson is in the room. Hello, Donald. Welcome. Did I miss anybody? Did I miss anybody? Let me know. I don't like to do that to people. I don't like to not recognize that they are in the room and recognize them for that. Yeah. I suppose it wouldn't be the end of the world if Doodle ate a piece of that, but all right. I think my problem was I ate one. There's kind of like an unwritten law that you have to eat more than one at a time. At least two, right? And you have to do the duck face, right? Well, welcome, Drew, and I apologize for missing you there. Cinnamon and sugar flavored chips sound good. They do mean that like, but what kind of chip? Like a cinnamon sugar flavored potato chip? I would think maybe like a wheat chip. I think might be better cinnamon and sugar flavored. If you think of a term from a cereal, right? Cinnamon and sugar cereal, that's a natural, right? So what kind of grains would you use in a cereal that you could make a chip out of? You're right, it does sound good, but what would you use for the basis of the chip? All right. These are not scorching hot. They're slightly spicy. I think people who say like I don't like spicy stuff, they could still eat this and not have a problem with it. I don't know why they call it scorching. They have Julius Pringle here with the steam coming out of his ears and everything. It's really not that hot. Not a lot of barbecue flavor. Maybe on the finish, like on my lips, I'm kind of tasting that barbecue sauce flavor. There's not enough barbecue sauce, and it's not hot enough to be scorching. Even if they just said hot, that would have been fine. But they said scorching. It is not scorching, and there's not enough. There's a hint of barbecue on there. I'm wondering if the regular barbecue flavored Pringles would have that barbecue flavor in them. This doesn't have enough of it, so I'm going to give this one a thumbs in the middle. Or again, they're not bad, but they're not scorching. And they need to amp up the barbecue flavor a little bit. So just the thumbs in the middle on that one. So let's go back to our card. Let's see, did I miss anything in the meantime? No, people are saying hello. Potato bark soda. That sounds doable. You have to start with a basic, like maybe. So John, John, do you have a Soda Stream? If somebody has a Soda Stream, here's what I would do. I would use the plain ones, right? Potato bark, because we're talking about Pringles, right? Just take the plain Pringles and soak them. I would get like a neutral tasting water, like a filtered water or something, and use the filtered water. Soak them, just like maybe even a whole can. Soak them, and then use the Soda Stream to. I don't know if you'd want to add anything sweet, add in some sweetness to it. You could, maybe put a little bit of sugar in there. I wouldn't go too sweet on it, and do it. If I had a Soda Stream, I would do that. I don't, so maybe one of you can do that. And John, if you have a Soda Stream, maybe you can do that. I think it's a good idea. Let's see. I want deep fried pickle. I love deep fried pickles, but it depends because if you don't make the batter right, they just like fall off. I've had some terrible ones. Amy Cakey is in the room. Welcome, Amy Cakey. Good to see you again. And Chris Willis is in the room as well. So what you talking about, Willis? Deep fried pickles. I would love some deep fried pickles. Depends on what kind of batter you're using and what kind of seasoning you're putting on there and everything, but I love deep fried pickles. Matt Zion from Reckless Eating, he would hate deep fried pickles because he hates pickle anything. So he would hate those. But welcome to the room, both of you. The question was, it helps if I'm actually reading from the question side. The question was, the eating of what animal carries a fine of 3 to 7 years in prison and fines up to 25,000 rupees in India? The answers were, let's see, Mean Metal Mike said monkeys. That's a good guess. Drew Horse said cow. That's an excellent guess because, they're sacred in India. John King said the bald eagle, which would be incorrect, only that their bald eagles are not native to India. You would not find a bald eagle in India. I suppose if you did find a bald eagle in India, you could eat it because nobody would know what it was. The endangered Kumquat. Tom, you are just like, now you're just trying to find a way to get those quick 10 points. Don Lepperson said dogs, good guess. Janice Yamanaka said cow, good guess. Adam M says, I agree with old guys. I think it's kumquats. Sorry, Adam, but only Tom gets the 10 points. Let's see. Was there anyone else? Any other guesses in that? Okay. The correct answer is actually peacocks, because peacock is considered a royal bird, and it is kind of like the national bird of India. So if you eat a peacock, it carries a fine of 3 to 7 years and 25,000 rupees. Peacock is the answer. I'm going to be specific, and I'm going to say peafowl because peacock is the male, peahen is the female. Although everyone just says peacock, is for that, but it is called peafowl. Peafowl is the type of bird it is, and that's the answer. So let's put that back in the deck. Homemade deep fried pickle seasoning. Oh, that sounds good. I guess you're using some dill in there, right? That would be good. Gotta go back to work. See you guys next week. Well, thank you, Drew. You were here a very short time, but you're always welcome here. Thank you for joining us, and we will not see you next week. Not doing a live stream next week. The week after. All right. So, but we will see you the week after, Drew. Thanks for joining us. Okay. Next snack. Oh no. I said we were going to open the soda first, and then the snacks, and we didn't do that. We opened the snacks first. We completely forgot to open our soda. Let's do that now. So we're going to open up our Redondo Peach Soda, not Redondo Beach, Redondo Peach Soda, made by Real Soda, which I think we said was Gardena, California. So again, I like the bottle cap. I'm going to save the bottle cap, and so we have Richard Simmons joining us today. Question. Got to keep me honest, guys. Question. What Philadelphia restaurant was famous for its snapper soup? Again, what Philadelphia restaurant was famous for its snapper soup? So that goes under the soup pot. And let's open up our beverage. Again, Redondo Peach Soda, so it's a peach-flavored soda. I don't know if there's anything else in that. Somebody said maybe blue raspberry flavor. Or blueberry flavor or something. I don't know why it's blue, but it's a peach soda. There's stuff going on in there. Oh, no, it's a reflection of the fan. Never mind. Got scared there for a second. 1 second. The soda of the nines. That sounds like a secret society. Blue color for a peach soda. Yeah, I don't get it, Peter. Why blue? I've never seen a blue peach in my entire life. I've seen white peaches. I've seen pink peaches, red peaches. Never seen a blue peach. Bottle cap, we're going to save that. And let's get our soda glass. Julie's not here. She can't rate my pour. It smells like fruit punch. A little bit of a peach smell. Bubbly, that's good. A little sweet and syrupy. There's some peach flavor. The more you drink of it, the more you get that peach flavor. It's kind of like maybe not the peach itself, but almost like when you get like a real ripe peach with all that juice in it. It almost tastes like the juice from that a really ripe peach. It doesn't taste blue. It tastes like somebody made like a Jolly Rancher out of peach juice. That's what it tastes like. But I'm going to say they hit the nail on the head. It does taste like peach. The blue is kind of weird. I like the fact that there's some mystery around that, but they do call it Redondo Peach Soda, which is kind of fun. That's going to get a thumbs up. I don't know if I would want to drink a whole bottle of this or anything, but still, thumbs up, I think. Let's see. Did I miss anything while I was busy yapping? Let's see. Okay, these are guesses to the question. The question was, which Philadelphia restaurant was famous for its snapper soup? Let's see. James Yamanaka said bookbinders. Donald Epperson said bookbinders. Fine dining is in the room. Welcome, fine dining. No, it's not late. We still have another hour to go. So you're good. Fine dining. You were good. Is it both of you or just the one of you? Or would you eat a century egg for 20? For 20 what? For $20? Would I eat a century egg? No, it would have to be a lot more than that. It would have to be a lot more than $20. It'd have to be like $40 or $50 that I would eat a century egg for. So Steve Russell, start saving up some money and then offer me $50. And then I'll think about whether I would eat a century egg or not. So again, fine dining, you are not maybe late, but not, not too late. We're still cracking. We're still going. I'm just having fun with you, Steve Russell, because honestly, I eat a cent. I mean, I have not. Have I not done a century egg? I have not done a century egg. How is that possible that I don't even have a century egg episode? I need to fix that. I think. I'm pretty sure. You guys, somebody go back and check for me. I think it was. I'm going to say 2 or 3 years ago, our Easter episode where we ate Easter bunny and Easter eggs. Well, we had a wide variety of Easter eggs. We had goose eggs, we had turkey eggs, we had tea eggs, and I think I'm pretty sure we did a century egg, but I can't actually be certain. So somebody help me out and see and do a search for me and see if that's the case. The question was, what Philadelphia restaurant was famous for its snapper soup? I think everybody said Bookbinders. I didn't see anybody guess anything else. Tom said Kumquat's Aquatic Trident Chowder Hall. You know what, Tom? That sounds like a place I would eat. That just sounds like can you imagine the bill of fare? That just sounds awesome. Kumquat's Aquatic Trident Chowder Hall. That sounds awesome. It does. It really does. I might have to open a place called that. The correct answer was, in fact, old original Bookbinders. I mean, Bookbinders is fine, but it's old original Bookbinders. They opened originally in 1893. Now, they closed, I want to say 2000, somewhere around 2009, 2010, somewhere around there, they closed. They were open for the longest time, very, very old. But they reopened in the same location. I can't remember who it was that reopened it. Some Philadelphia celebrity reopened it. And they tried to keep the same menu, the same decor, everything. They wanted it to look exactly like Old Bookbinders. They couldn't use the name because I think Old Bookbinders has a place in Richmond, Virginia. So they can't use the same name. And so it's called the Old Bar. And the Old Bar is open, and you can still get snapper soup there. Now, I did get snapper soup when Old Original Bookbinders was open because I'm old. This was back in the 1980s. I did have the snapper soup. So snapper is not the fish. It's not like a red snapper. It is a snapping turtle. And it is a snapping turtle, Chesapeake Bay snapping turtle. And it's served with a little cruet of sherry. And it is just amazing. It is absolutely delicious. But that was their specialty. And I think they are still serving snapper soup at the Old Bar, which reopened in 2015. So you were all right. Take Tom's points and divide it up evenly among you. Let's see. Both doing a lazy Saturday, and we want to eat at Tom's restaurant. Yeah, who wouldn't? I mean, oh my God, it sounds so good. One thing everything has kumquats in it. Oh, everything has kumquats in it. That would be good. Because the thing is, seafood with citrus, that goes, right? I mean, who hasn't cooked fish with like lemon? I have, right? So, okay, we'll put this back in there. Doodle is clamoring for a snack, and it's okay because we're an hour in. Come here, Doodle. Come here. Come up here. Come up. Come on up. It is Doodle, the Prince of Dogness, everybody. Please welcome to the room. Give a warm and hearty Trippy food welcome to the Doodle. It's Doodle. Hi, Doodle. Doodle, you would like a snack, correct? You want a snack? Somebody, you want a snack? I'll get you a snack. Okay. Here. Hang on 1 second, and I will get you a snack. Oh my God, he's so cute. He's just sitting there like this, sitting up like this. He's so cute. He's too adorable. I think it's a safety mechanism for him. You get that nice big piece of chicken, Doodle. That's for you. And off he goes. But he will be back someday. And I got Doodle hair all over me. All right, so we did 2 snacks and our soda. Time to go back into the snacks again. And you know what? I'm going to change it up a little bit. I was going to do the Wicked Mix next, but that's spicy, so I'm going to do that afterwards. We're going to switch to this one, which is the Peanut Shop of Williamsburg Smokehouse Bacon and Cheddar Nuts. You could go so many places there. Seasoned Virginia peanuts. So, time for the question. And the question is, I'm going to give you a list of flowers. One of them is not edible, which means poisonous. One of them is poisonous. The other ones are edible, so you can eat them. So I'm going to give you a list of flowers, and I want you to tell me which one is poisonous. Okay? Carnations, wisteria, lilac, nasturtium, and gladiolus. So again, carnations, wisteria, lilac, nasturtium, and gladiolus. So one of those is poisonous. The other ones are edible. Let me know which one. So let's put this in, put a little bit of soil on that, water that, let that grow, and start into our snack. Every weekend we talk a lot about kumquats. It's time for Val and Tom to have a kumquat cook-off challenge. Though the problem is that Tom can't get kumquats. So while I was in Boston, Tom came out here. Unfortunately, we just timed that poorly, but I had to go when I had to go. And so before he came here, I think maybe it was a week or two before he came here, I actually found kumquats locally at Sprouts Farmers Market. But Tom said he looked at Sprouts Farmers Market and they didn't have them. And then when I came back, I looked at Sprouts Farmers Market and they didn't. I think it's Amy's Produce, if I'm not mistaken, is the company that sells them. So you can buy them like just a small container of the kumquats. So Tom has not had them. Now I know that John King has ordered some frozen, but Tom doesn't want frozen. Tom wants to taste the fresh kumquat, so we have not done that yet. So we will do that. So it's past time for that, Peter. So I think we'll do one of several things. Either the next time Tom comes out here, or if we meet Tom in between at some place like Vegas, or if I go to Colorado and we do something there, and I'll bring some kumquats with me, we'll make sure that it has to happen. Tom has to have access to kumquats. It has to happen at some point in time. Because he is the kumquat king. And so at some point in time that has to happen, but it has not happened yet. So. Well, it does have that peanut smell. I don't know that I'm smelling smoke, bacon, and cheddar. And it just looks like peanuts, right? Maybe that's just a can of peanuts right there. Doodle didn't come back. Those are nice. They're somewhere in between dry roasted and regular roasted peanuts. Oh my God. Oh my God. Those are good. I'm getting the smoky bacon flavor and I'm getting the cheddar flavor on that. Oh my God. You just look at these, they look like regular peanuts. How do they get that flavor in there? These are so good. Oh my God. Now, I'm trying to remember where I got these. I want to say Cost Plus World Market, but I know you can buy these online. Let me go to their website. You can get them online. Those are good. Oh my God. Two thumbs way up. Those are delicious. They're absolutely delicious. Those are really, really good. They had a couple of other flavors there. I can't remember what the other ones were, but that one just kind of, hit my eye. And then one said, buy me, and I'm glad I did. So, let's see. My parents' house have a giant tree of kumquats, but you are so far away. Yeah, he's not in California. Amy, when do they have edible fruit on them? Like, is it only certain times a year? Is there like a season for kumquats where they only have fruit on at certain times a year? They have multiple times a year that they have fruit. How does that work exactly? I used to have some. What did I have in my backyard? I had when we were renting a house here. I had oranges and grapefruit in the backyard, and it seems like they had fruit on it all year. There was like a couple of times where they didn't have fruit on it, but then it flowered, and then you had fruit on it. But it seemed like a long period of time during the year when they had fruit on them and everything. How does that work? Gladiolus sounds like it would be the arch nemesis of Russell Crowe and Gladiator. Well, it sounds like maybe that was his name. Has anyone tried the ghost pepper almonds from Blue Diamond? Yes, Amy Cakey. We did them with, so it was Janice Yamanaka, me, and Reckless Eating. So we, I think we did 3 of them. I don't know if there was 4. I think there was only 3. So one was the habanero, One was the ghost pepper, and the other one was the Carolina Reaper, if I'm not mistaken. Janice refreshed my memory. And I'm talking, and you're already answering the question. Did a review collab with Matt, Zion, and Val. I think that one is on Val's channel. Carolina Reaper Almonds is on Reckless Eating's channel, and the Cayenne Pepper, that's what it was on my channel. Yeah, so Amy, and the thing is, Amy, I think, Janice, do you have links for the other ones on yours? So I think Amy can go on any one of those, the three of us, and we all have links for the other ones on ours. So again, one was on Janice Yamanaka, one was on Trippy Food, and the other one was on Reckless Eating. But we did all three of those, and yeah, worth checking out. The kumquats are all year, but during spring, summer, they seem to taste a lot sweeter. Well, Amy, to be honest with you, that might be an option for the next time Tom comes out here. So if the next time Tom comes out here, if it's an all year round thing, then yeah, we should plan on doing that. So I am the quad lover. I am the Eggman. Cuckoo Jube. The question is, which flower is not edible, aka poisonous? The answers or the selection was either carnations, wisteria, lilac, nasturtium, or gladiolus. The guesses were, let's see, Janice Yamanaka said gladiolus. Tom said gladiolus, aka kumquat blossoms. Those look like the only guesses. In fact, it's wisteria. Wisteria is poisonous. You cannot eat the flowers from wisteria. You can eat gladiolus. You can eat nasturtium, lilac, and carnations. They're all edible. But wisteria is poisonous. Wisteria, according to Guinness Book of World Records, the world's largest flowering plant is a wisteria that is growing in Sierra Madre, California. And every year in March, the end of March, I believe it is, they have a wisteria festival. They did not have one last year because of COVID. But hopefully this March they'll have the wisteria festival, and you get to tour. It's a single vine that stretches out over like 2 properties. The original vine grew so large that it crushed the house under the weight of the vine, and so they have a wisteria festival every year in Sierra Madre, which is it's just north of Pasadena. So I think this March coming up, hopefully we'll be able to time that well. Hopefully they will have that, and we'll do an episode on the world's largest flowering plant, which is a wisteria growing in Sierra Madre, California, and we will not eat it since it's poisonous. Let's see, ghost pepper almonds. Oh, thank you, Janice. Reckless Eating, and where's yours, Janice? I see ghost pepper almonds. Those are the ones that I did. Reckless Eating, Carolina Reaper almonds. Oh, and there's yours, cayenne pepper almonds. Thank you very much, Janice. That's very helpful. Carnations may be edible, but they also taste terrible. Right. So that's the thing, Tom, is that there are several things where everything in that species is edible. So pumpkins is one of them. So every variety of pumpkin is edible. Peppers, not just chili peppers, but from bell pepper all the way up to pepper X, peppers are all edible. But you have some ornamental peppers and everything. So peppers are all edible, and orchids are edible too. People don't realize that orchids are edible as well. But depending on which one you're eating, there are some that they're edible. They're not poisonous, but they do not taste good at all. So there are orchids that don't taste good. There are peppers that don't taste, like the ornamental peppers. There's a lot of capsaicin and then very, very little flavor to them. They don't taste very good at all. So carnations, I think, is probably one of those things. You're right. They may be edible. They taste terrible. Other things are like dandelion flowers. Dandelion flowers are edible. Sunflower flowers are edible. Sometimes we eat the choke, the sunflower choke, which is like the part underneath where the flower comes out. We eat the seeds, but the flower is edible too. But some of them, like dandelion and artichoke flower, you want to eat them while they're still budding. So before the flower opens up, you want to get them at that point and eat them up. Like banana flowers. Banana flowers are edible, but you want to get them before the flower opens up. And if you go to an Asian market, you can usually find those banana flowers as well. Panama Red 72 has joined the room. Welcome, Panama. Welcome back. Found some candied hibiscus. Oh, hibiscus is so good at Big Lots, and they taste so good. Yeah, that sounds good. I've never had a candied. I've had. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have had hibiscus tea. If you guys go and check out, this was maybe 5 years ago. I did an episode on iguana. I made a Caribbean stew with iguana, and because hibiscus is native to the Caribbean, and iguanas are herbivores, which means they can't process protein from meat. Doodle, what are you doing under there? Doodle is hiding under the table. So there's a tablecloth on there, and he's hiding under it. What are you doing under there, Doodle? Get out of there. Get out of there. So we used hibiscus in making that stew, which is, it's kind of like, I don't want to say citrusy, but it has like a tartness to it and everything. Really, really good. Also had hibiscus tea. Hibiscus is really good in tea as well. So hibiscus, that's a fun thing. But another edible flower. I've seen a video of Emmy made in Japan, and she grilled a fresh sunflower head and ate it like corn. Yeah, that's the way you eat it. So you would eat a sunflower before it opens up. Candied hibiscus almost sounds like a medical treatment. Candied my hibiscus. That's funny. All right, so it is wisteria, poisonous. If you see it, don't eat it. We won't eat it when we go to the Wisteria Festival. All right, so let's see, let's do one more snack, then do our beer, and then do our last snack. Let's do that. Let's do it that way. So let's ask. I didn't even have that beer yet. 12% ABV. Let's ask another question, and the question is, what dish was originally created at the Brown Hotel in Louisville, Kentucky by Fred K. Schmidt in 1926? Again, the question, what dish was originally created at the Brown Hotel in Louisville, Kentucky by Fred K. Schmidt in 1926? So that goes over here. And let's open up our next snack. And our next snack is Moonlight Mixes Wicked Mix Smoky Hot Chipotle, featuring cashews, almonds, peanuts, pecans, and other tasty morsels, all flavored with 7 wicked spices plus smoky chipotle pepper. That sounds so good. Now, this, I'm sure there's a coating on this, so I would normally open this from the bottom, but this does not have the kind of bottom that you can open. So I'm going to kind of, do this a few times and just kind of mix it up a little bit. I suppose I can do it with the chips, but with chips, they're going to break. So that's why I don't do this with chips. Is that really loud? It's like the wrong kind of ASMR. It's like the thing that drives you nuts if you have misophonia. Which is a good question. It's an excellent question. So does anybody out there have a family member that actually has misophonia? And then we'll talk about that in a second, about misophonia. Because a lot of it is closely related to food or eating. Let's put it that way, eating. Oh, you've had this one. This one particular, because they had different flavors. Fine dining. Which did you have this particular flavor? Don't spoil it for me. The Wicked Mix syndrome. I figured as much. It has kind of a sweet smell. Okay, these look like little pieces of sesame, those little sesame crackers, which is unusual for like a Chex Mix. Obviously, the cashews are not something you would typically find in a Chex Mix, but it looks like that is definitely Chex cereal, as well as this. This one looks kind of like the brand Chex cereal. It does seem like there's some sort of coating on there. I'm gonna guess that usually when there's like a shiny coating on there, it's usually sugar based. So I'm guessing that this is gonna be a little bit sweet. That's just a guess. My favorite are those Asian crunchy mixes. Are the ones that have the little tiny baby anchovies in them. I love those. They don't taste fishy at all. They have a nice hard crunch. Ooh, that does have some spice to it. I'm not getting the smokiness from it. I'm getting the heat though. But it's not heat for heat's sake, so it's not like stupid hot. It is sweet, so I think it is kind of like a sugar, like maybe they spray sugar on it so that that spice sticks to it. I'm not really getting pepper flavor so much. I'm getting the heat from it, but I'm not really getting the flavor of pepper. I like the blend though of the pretzels with the nuts with the Czech mix. It's a nice blend of flavor there. The fact that the spiciness and the chipotle doesn't overpower the flavor of the mix itself is good. It's a good thing. Hey, always for Peach. Just stopping by to say hello. Hope you are doing well. Always for Peach. Please forgive me if I don't recall you being in the room before. The name it almost sounds like you have not been in the chat before. So if that is the case, what brings you to our channel? Where do you call home? And again, I don't want a street address, just maybe the closest large city to where you are, and remind me if I forgot you or forgot whom you were, and let me know. But welcome, Peach. Like in our Redondo Peach Soda. Lilac. Well, John, I think it's Lilac. Yours makes it sound like it would be poisonous because it has lye in it. Like lutefisk. Or even hominy. Hominy and lutefisk are two dishes that are soaked in lye, which swells up. In one case it's fish, in the other case it's corn. Swells it up to make it almost 5 times larger than it was when it was first harvested, cut, whatever you want to call it. But the preparation removes that lye, which is toxic. Removes that lye from it. Doesn't make it any worse though. We would sing that fine dining, but I don't want to get a copyright strike on that. But I like your lyrics better. That's the thumbs way up. This is delicious. It's absolutely delicious. It's not stupid hot. It has a very, very satisfying burn to it, but it's not like if you have a low tolerance for heat, it's really nice. There's some sweetness to it, and I like the variety and flavor of the contents and everything. So that's a thumbs way up. That's a big thumbs up. Those are really, really, really good. I didn't see your episode, Fine Dining. I didn't see your episode where you did these. Did you kind of get the same thing from that? We'll just say I follow Reckless Eating 2 years ago and seen you in Matt's videos, and I'm Gamer. Oh, Gamers Nick. Okay, all right. Yes, we did. I think you did leave. I think you left some comments or something like that. If you are Gamer Nick's girlfriend, please let him know that I have some stuff that I want to do with him. So let him know, have him contact me or something, and let's get together and do something. Thank you. And thank you for reminding me, because we did. I do remember you mentioning that previously. So, but I'm old. I forget. But thank you for joining us again today. We snarfed those down off camera. Oh, that's why I didn't see an episode, because you ate them off camera. But did you kind of get the same thing? The question we asked: what dish was originally created at the Brown Hotel in Louisville, Kentucky by Fred K. Schmidt in 1926? And the answers were Janice Yamanaka says hot brown. Yes, it's real. Maybe that's what John King's answer was. Lilac was the dish created by Fred K. Schmidt at the Brown Hotel. Maybe that's what that is. It doesn't look like anybody else answered that question. The correction is the hot brown, and hot brown is a sandwich. It's an open-faced sandwich. Mustard is the key ingredient and everything, but I had one in St. Louis, which is not Kentucky, but at the airport in St. Louis, they actually had a place that had a hot brown sandwich. So I had it. But it is a famous sandwich from Louisville, Kentucky, that was created in 1926. I've not seen it a lot of other places outside of Kentucky. Have you guys seen that? Have you guys seen a place that serves a hot brown sandwiches? I know that sounds so like risque to say, like hot brown. Like I think I'll have a hot brown sandwich, and they're like, what is that supposed to mean? You know, but it's actually it's a thing. It's actually a thing. Hot brown sandwich. I have over the past few years, I have discovered all kinds of sandwiches I didn't even know existed. If you guys remember, when I was or shortly after I went to Boston, we aired an episode where we were in Methuen, Massachusetts, which is in the Merrimack Valley, in Massachusetts, Merrimack Valley, and they had a sandwich called the chicken barb. And I grew up in Massachusetts. I spent the first 6 years of my life I did not spend in, but I moved to Massachusetts when I was 6 years old, and from age 6 to age 30, I spent in Massachusetts. The whole time I was in Massachusetts, I never heard of a chicken barb sandwich, but apparently it's from the 1930s, 1940s. But it's only made there. So I've been discovering all these unusual sandwiches and stuff that are local specialties all over the country. But it's just kind of an interesting thing. So Kentucky hot brown, if you find it, try it. But again, somebody please tell me have you seen it? Have you seen it at a restaurant near you where somebody's actually making that? I will tell Nick that I'll be in California for Christmas next month too. Oh, all right. Well, let's do something in December and have him bring you along. Why not? Are you always up for creepy food? I just say creepy. It's not creepy. I mean, the thing about trippy food, unusual food, bizarre food, whatever you want to call it, is that culturally, it's. We especially with Tom, we throw some things together that are not meant to be thrown together for fun. But a lot of the stuff we eat is culturally common in other cultures and everything. It's just that from a Western culture, it's specifically American culture, a lot of people are unfamiliar with it. So it's just kind of an odd thing. But like, for instance, if you're Peruvian, cuy, which is guinea pig, not a big deal, right? If you're French, possibly horse meat, not a big deal, But it depends where you live, the culture, and everything else. So there we go. Like the tuna meatballs, exactly like the tuna meatball sub, Tom. No one else was thinking of that. There's a good reason for that, we found out. But specifically the tuna meatball sub at Subway, right? Because they were saying that the tuna, or there was a lawsuit stating that the tuna that they were serving in the tuna fish sandwiches at Subway did not have fish in it, did not have any kind of fish in it at all. I don't even know what happened with that whole lawsuit. Speaking of Subway, I'm sorry. Speaking of Subway, usually we don't have time to get into the current events and stuff, but I'm going to throw this in because we were talking about Subway. Peter Buck, who was the co-founder of Subway the sandwich, not the thing that you take a train on. Peter Buck, who was the co-founder of Subway, died at age 90. I think this was either today or yesterday. Died at age 90. So just wanted to throw that in there because it was there that the co-founder of Subway died today. Trader Joe's had a pumpkin mole burrito, but my wallet did not want to pay $4 to try that. See, now, Amy, we would have tried that. We would have made a big deal out of that, I think. Pumpkin mole burrito, that sounds good. My brother-in-law, Richard, was telling me that there's a local grocery store chain here called Vallarta Supermarkets. And this was a few weeks ago, so I don't know if they still had it. But they had pumpkin spice tamales. Pumpkin spice tamales. I missed the boat on that one. I didn't, but I should have gone out and tried that one. So his last breath, he cursed Jared. Probably, yep. I am making hors d'oeuvres on my stream tonight. Ah, that sounds good. So just a reminder to everybody, 2 hours after the end of our show, which is at 3 p.m. Pacific time, Tom, old guy in Colorado, does his live stream. Usually does between an hour and 2 hours. It depends on how things are going and you know, if they've done everything. But it usually runs anywhere from an hour to just under 2 hours. But definitely worth checking out. And he's making hors d'oeuvres tonight. So so that's going to be, he's in Mountain Time. I believe it's 6 p.m. Mountain Time. You guys will have to do the translation wherever you are, but definitely check out Tom's live stream after that. I would definitely try pumpkin spice tamales. Yeah, I missed the boat on that, Amy. I did not get a chance to get that. So, you know, there we go. What was it the fine dining said? Oh, we love TJ's, but that burrito disappointed us. Interesting. Well, again, I don't think we're ever going to find, like, I don't know if you guys have tried different things that we've tried here on live stream, but it's very, very, very seldom that you're going to get two people who see things the same way. I think so. Somebody had complained about some of the episodes that I did with Matt Zion from Reckless Eating and said, "Why do you even do them? He doesn't even like the same stuff you do like." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's why I do it. I do it because people have different tastes, and so so I just want to cover those different tastes and everything. And that's why Matt is a good foil to me when we're doing an episode together, because he approaches it from his taste, I approach it from my taste. They're sometimes the same, sometimes not the same, and so it makes it more interesting that you're getting, you know, two very, very different viewpoints on that. It's all a matter of taste. That's what it is. What is your least favorite candy? My least favorite candy. You know, that's funny because a lot of people would say licorice, and I didn't say black licorice because licorice is black by nature. Black licorice is licorice. There's no such thing as red licorice. So some people would say licorice or black licorice, but I actually love licorice. One of my favorites. So I think one of the most fun episodes I did was in Paulsbo, Washington, when I went to visit Marina Market and their licorice shrine, where they had like every kind of licorice and licorice product that you could imagine. That was wonderful. So that's my favorite. My least favorite, not a big fan of anything that has caramel in it, because I'm not a big fan of caramel. But in some cases, like I think it's Milky Way has caramel in it. It's not too bad. I can deal with that. And then my least favorite candy, maybe runts, just because they're, you know, hard. I want to chew things, and so I start chewing them and everything. Jujubes, because they get stuck in your teeth. There's not enough flavor to make them interesting. So jujubes, I'm not really crazy about. I don't know. There's nothing that really like jumps out at me like I hate these and I will never eat these again and they're disgusting. So hey, the Trips are in the room. Which Trips do we have with us today? Eric, Steve, who do we have today? All three? That would be cool. They usually do their live stream on Friday night, so I was on their live stream a little bit. You can check them out. Again, if you don't know who the channels are that we do a lot of stuff with and the ones that we recommend, go to our main YouTube page, and at the bottom it says, what is it? Not associated channels, but something like that down at the bottom. Click on that, and those will be all the channels. And the Trips are definitely in there. As a matter of fact, the Trips have done collaboration with us in the past. We made that Iowa pickle roll, I think is what it was called, and we also did the Frito pie. We did Frito pie. So those were a lot of fun doing it with the Trips. But check them out. They are from the I want to say the Toronto area, Toronto, Canada area, and they're always doing some fun stuff. So they do a lot of Canadian fast food, which is different than the fast food that we have down here. But a great channel, and definitely worth checking out. So if you do check them out, make sure you like the videos, make sure you subscribe and ring the bell. So there we go. I don't like Necco wafers. Steve, I like Necco wafers only because I kind of grew up on them. I don't know if you guys can see there. Yeah, right there. That right there is a roll of Necco wafers. So I grew up eating Necco wafers, and I like them. The the brown one, which I think is supposed to be chocolate, they're just okay. They take some getting used to, but I had multiple years to get used to them because they're definitely, NECO stands for New England Confectionery Company. And so growing up in New England, they were a staple, right? So they went out of business, they sold the business, and then I think Spangler is the name of the company that took over it. So they now manufacture them again. But there was a period of about 2 years where you couldn't get them, and now they're available again. So this one here, the reason I'm saving that one is because that's original NECO wafer from NECO when they were still in business. Now all the ones that you're going to get are from Spangler. So the from what I remember, NECO headquarters were in Revere, Massachusetts. That's where they were made. So we grew up eating them kids. So not. Oh, all three of the trips are here. Oh my God, it's like royalty. It's like royalty. So Kelly is here as well, and Kelly doesn't always join us, so that's nice. That's cool. We have 3 trips in the room, so welcome all 3 of you. Oh, good to have you here. Glad you could join us. Steve, Kelly, and Eric. Oh, that sucks, John. They'll bounce back next game. The Unicorns. Who? I'm not a big sports fan, so is there a real team called the Unicorns? And if so, where are they from? 70-7. That's a big score difference. Is there a team called the Unicorns? Where are they from? I never heard of them. But again, there's a Las Vegas, I want to say hockey team. Is it like the Knights or something? They're called the Golden Knights or something like that. I don't know who they are, what they do, what sport they play, anything like that. Show Doodle a Oh, okay. Doodle, Kelly was asking about you yesterday when we were on live stream, but she couldn't see you. So it is Doodle, the Prince of Darkness. It is Doodle himself. Doodle has a new collar because he was outgrowing his other one. It was starting to like wear a ring around his neck. So we put another one on. This one is adjustable. It's a little bit easier to move on him. And then I'm wearing his other one as a bracelet. It just was fun. So Doodle, everybody. Doodle, say hi to Kelly. Doodle, say hi to Kelly. Say hi to Kelly. Hi, Kelly. How you doing? He's part Chihuahua, so I think he has a Mexican accent. But Doodle, are you going to do anything while you're up here, or are you just coming up here looking for snacks? You are looking for snacks, aren't you? He wants to come all the way up. There he is. No? Okay. Well, we tried that. Doodle, I will give you another snack, but I'm gonna pace you, okay? Looking sharp as always. He is the dude. The dude abides. And there goes Dude with his snack. Say goodbye, Doodle. Going around the corner to eat his snack. New Braunfels, Texas High School football mascot, the Unicorns. New Braunfels, Texas High School. Wow. Okay, that's why I didn't know that. I don't always know what the high school mascots are. I don't even know if I remember what my high school mascot was because, I didn't go to any of the games. I think they had, because this is in Massachusetts, they had a hockey team, a basketball team, a baseball team, a football team. I didn't go to any of the games. Hey, Callie, maybe if Doodle wants to go on vacation, we'll just send him up to Toronto. We'll send him up your way. All right, so we asked the question. Let's see. We got one snack left and we got our beer left. Here's what I'm going to do. This could be like horrific. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this last. I'm going to go ahead and open our beer now. So our beer is Boulevard Brewing Company Bourbon Barrel Quad, barrel aged ale, and I think it was 12.2% alcohol by volume. Wow, that's strong stuff. So let's ask a question. Pull up another card and ask the question. And the question is, where would you find a red snapper hot dog? Again, the question, where would you find a red snapper hot dog? So we'll put that in a little hot dog wheel, let that spin around, little rollers. Hopefully it won't spin around for a couple of years. Our high school mascot was a squash. Yeah, so I used to be, when I lived in Austin, Texas, our neighbors across the street, he was from somewhere in Colorado. I can't remember exactly where in Colorado. And their team, the name of the team was the Beet Diggers. Beetdigger, the Beet Diggers. That was the name of the team, the Beet Diggers, from somewhere in Colorado. Again, we are employing Richard Simmons because it had a nice bottle cap that I want to keep. Our high school, let's say, Jersey. Jersey? Oh, we're answering the question. Okay. There's my nice bottle cap. Smells like beer. We are using our Trippy Food beer tornado glass. Any of you who aren't familiar with it or don't remember the reference behind it, Julie, my daughter Julie, who has been in many episodes, she was in our Salem, Massachusetts Halloween episode. Julie was a bartender, and so she usually rates my pours like a percentage out of 10. But she is not here to do that today, so hopefully she can do it in the comments. There we go. Let's see. Can you see that beer tornado action going on there? Let's see if I can. Let me try to do this. I'm going to try to put a light behind it. Let's see if that helps. Look at that. Beer tornado. I love that. Janice, remind me again, because I always forget what that's called. There's a word for that. So basically, there is something etched into the bottom of the glass. So it is a reaction of the carbonation with that etching on the bottom. Sort of the way Mentos work. And when you put Mentos in a bottle of Coke and it makes that volcano thing, it's the same thing. So there's an etching in the bottom of the glass. It reacts with the carbonation in the soda, and it causes that beer tornado. There's a name for that, and I always forget what that is. And Janice, I know you know. So if you can share that, that would be great. I kind of want to. I don't mind drinking it with a big head on it, but then you get all foam. Sometimes that foam is delicious and everything, but right now I just kind of want to taste the beer. There we go. That's manageable. Amy, not as part of Trippy Food, but maybe 6 years ago or so. One of the times I like going back to Boston in the fall, especially in October and everything, to check out the foliage and everything. But we did go one year where we were there for Halloween, and we did go to Salem for Halloween. Now it's a madhouse. It is a total madhouse on Halloween. So there's no place to park. And it's just crazy. It's like Mardi Gras. It's just crazy. Now it's cool to see the different costumes and everything. And a lot of places have live music and they have stuff set up and everything. But it's just crazy. It's total craziness. The thing is, we filmed our episode. I think it was like the second week in October. The reason that we did that was because that chop suey sandwich that we had at Salem Lowe's, they closed for the season on Columbus Day, which is the 12th, or Indigenous Peoples Day. So they close for the season. A lot of people don't understand that whole close for the season thing, but in New England and Massachusetts specifically, Massachusetts and New Hampshire, is that there are places that are open seasonally, right? So they are only open from, like say from March to September, October and they close up. A lot of the ice cream places, a lot of the ice cream stands close in September. Although in Boston eats more ice cream per capita than any other place in the country. I think with the exception of Anchorage, Alaska. I think they may be number one. So even in the winter, that we're eating ice cream there, but a lot of places are closed. One of the things that's seasonal there is iced tea and hot chocolate. So you cannot get hot chocolate between March and September. You can get iced tea. But you cannot get iced tea between September and March. You can only get hot chocolate. So a lot of things in New England are seasonal. So to make a long story even longer, the reason that we filmed our Halloween episode in Salem, but did it at towards the beginning of October, is we wanted to make sure that we got to Salem Lowe's because they're not open around Halloween. Now the thing about Salem is we were there on the weekend, and Salem it doesn't matter that it's the first or second or third weekend or whatever. It's crazy in Salem on the weekends for all of October. So the city kind of does a big deal thing, and it's crowded. There's no place to park and everything any weekend in October. but specifically crazy on Halloween. But they do it. I can't remember what they call it. Again, as I mentioned in the video, Salem, maybe through the 1950s or so, Salem tried to live down the whole witch thing, right? Because if you think about it, they accused people of witchcraft and put them to death. It's nothing to be proud of. It's the accused people of witchcraft and put them to death, right? And so they wanted to live that down. But then, like, starting around the 1950s or so, it just kind of became a touristy thing to go to Salem and see the witches and everything. And so they started calling it Witch City. They kind of adopted it, and now it's kind of a tongue-in-cheek thing. Now people are dressed like witches, and everything has witches on and everything, and it's kind of like a very, very commercial kind of thing. But at the same time, it's always important to remember why witches are associated with Salem, specifically associated with Salem, and that's what we tried to do with our Halloween episode, is to kind of go to places that were specific to the witch trial. We went to a couple of other places and stuff too, but still things that were specific to the witch trial. That's why we did it that way. So Amy, yeah, check that out. It's a long episode because we did a lot of stuff there. We also definitely want to check out Boston. So Amy Keiki, we did an episode where we went to the Freedom Trail in Boston. So Boston is a very, very historic city. It was founded, I think, 1630, somewhere around that. There's a lot of history, and there's a lot of history that's preserved there. It's very, like here in California, you'd be hard pressed to find anything that goes back to like the mid 1800s. Nothing older than that. There may be a Villa Adobe from 1814 or 1811, somewhere around that. It's the oldest structure in Los Angeles area. But in Boston, New England, and Massachusetts, you get stuff from the 1600s. So there's a lot of history. So the Freedom Trail is a walking trail that goes to the middle of the city of Boston proper. That I think runs 2.5 miles, and I don't remember how many stops there are on it. If you watch the episode that we filmed at the Union Oyster House, which is the oldest continuously operating restaurant in the United States, if you go to that episode and watch that episode, there's one scene where there's one room where they have like a little diorama of the different stops on the Freedom Trail. So we did, while we were there, we went on the Freedom Trail and all the little stops that are off the Freedom Trail that aren't really considered part of the Freedom Trail. The thing is, that is going to will take me months to edit that video. It's going to take me months. So I would imagine that probably sometime after the first of the year, you'll see that episode air. But it's pretty all-inclusive. All of the stops on the Freedom Trail, and then all of the other things that you might see while you're walking on the Freedom Trail. So a lot of fun. But yeah, Amy, if you have not been to Boston, you definitely want to check that out. Boston it's kind of like it also has its ugly underbelly as well. There's some bad parts about Boston, and I don't mean bad sections of Boston. I mean there's some bad things about Boston itself. But from a historic standpoint, it's kind of a great thing to visit. Again, remember, from a historic standpoint, they put people they accused of witches to death. So, hey, Tybalt just snuck into the room while I was busy yapping. Welcome, Tybalt. Every holiday is commercialized. Yeah, pretty much. Like people talk about, the war on Christmas and everything. It's like, dude, what about Christmas that people celebrate right now do you really think is from Christmas and not part of the Saturnalia or the winter solstice? I mean, seriously, what part? Christmas trees and Santa and all that stuff. It's like none of it. Reindeers, snowmen, So yeah, Christmas is a very commercialized holiday. I started drinking this beer and then I went on a tangent, but that's okay because it gave the head time to settle. Ooh, this almost has like a nutty taste. So the thing is that it's aged in bourbon barrels. It does have that slight, like that whiskey taste, that slight whiskey taste. But it also has that kind of like an oak taste to it, and almost like a nutty taste, like a walnut kind of taste too. Sort of tastes like a red ale, a little tiny bit bitter, but not like crazy bitter. I think some of that might be the alcohol content. It's like a 12.2% alcohol content. That might be. It's a really interesting drink. It's not flavored with anything, but it does taste like. I mean, there are these flavors that come through and everything. Again, there's kind of like an oak taste to it. There's a whiskey taste to it. There's a kind of a walnut taste to it. Now, it could very well, being that it's aged in barrels. That may be where the oak flavor comes from. The fact that it's bourbon barrel, that might be where the whiskey flavor comes from. I don't know where the walnut flavor comes in, unless they're using a walnut wood. That's a really fine beverage. That's going to get a thumbs up for me. It's really, really good. I think the Mission Hotel in downtown Riverside is quite old. I live across the street. It is a beautiful building. It is not that old. It's funny because my brother had stayed there and he said, "Did you go to this Mission?" And I'm like, "What? Did you go to this California?" Because I've been to all, I think there's 21 or 22 of the California missions. So these are the missions that were founded by the Spanish when they first came to California I think they started coming here in the late 1500s. Most of the missions, though, I think the earliest one was like the early 1700s. I don't think there's any of them from the 1600s. Early 1700s for the Spanish missions. Some of them are rebuilt because the original ones are destroyed. Very few of them are still original buildings. They made them out of adobe brick. Adobe brick is like susceptible to the elements. You get too much rain, they fall apart. You get earthquakes, they fall apart. So they've either restored them or were preserved or just rebuilt them to look like the other ones. But you're not going to find anything earlier than maybe the 1700s, early 1700s, I think. But the Mission Inn in Riverside is not that old. It's from I think the late 1800s. But because they call itself the Mission Inn and it sort of looks like a mission, a lot of people seem to think that it was a California mission that was converted to a hotel, and that's not the case. It was built specifically as a hotel in the 1800s, in the late 1800s. It doesn't mean it's not old. It doesn't mean it's not historic, and it doesn't mean it's a wonderful place to visit. As a matter of fact, I think if you go to Reckless Eating, the episode that the We Go Main Show episode that we did in San Bernardino and Riverside, we go to the Mission Inn. So there's a little bit of the Mission Inn in there. So check that out, and then you'll know exactly what Amy Kiki is talking about the Mission Inn. But so late 1800s is old. I'm going to say that's old, but it's not as old as the California missions are and everything. Val, I will be going ghost hunting at midnight. Well, that is the time to go ghost hunting at midnight because I think you don't hear a lot about ghosts being active during the day. If you are a ghost hunter, John King, I would suggest that you take a side trip to San Diego, California, because there are some of the most haunted places in the United States, are in San Diego. The Jessup's Clock, which I think they take because the Jessup's Clock was in the middle of the Horton Plaza, which was a mall. They closed the mall, so I think they've taken the clock out. Don't know where it is yet, and don't know if they've reinstalled it somewhere else. But the Coronado Hotel del Coronado, which is on Coronado Island, just near San Diego, that's supposed to be haunted. The Horton Grand Hotel in San Diego is supposed to be haunted, and then the Whaley House, which is in Old Town San Diego, the old part of San Diego, is supposed to be one of the most haunted houses in the United States. And I'm trying to remember, did we? Well, I think if the We Go Main show that we did for Reckless Eating in San Diego, I think we go by the Whaley House and we briefly talk about it. But they don't allow filming inside there, so we obviously couldn't do that. Oldest building in LA County is the Gage Mansion in Bell Garden, 1795. Wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, LA proper, the oldest building is the Villa Adobe, which is on Lombard Street at San Francisco. Olvera Street, and I think it's like 1814 or 1811, somewhere around that. But didn't realize that 1795. Didn't realize that. I guess it was a Spanish. It had to have been Spanish because they were the only ones out here in the 1700s, so it had to be. Yes, Amy Cakey, that is an excellent question. John, are you going to ever post? Because John says he has videos, but he's had some problems posting them or something. So, John, we all look forward to you actually making your channel a go and posting videos. So please let us know if you're going to do that, when you're going to do that. That would be great. The annual festival paying tribute to the Norse god of snow. The Uller Festival. Ullerfest. Uller. I didn't even heard of Uller. Everyone knows Loki and Odin and Thor. Everyone knows them. But hey, thank Thor for Thursday and thank Odin for Wednesday, because that's where they're named after. Let's see, did I miss anything? I used to live near the Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, and I always kick myself for not going. Tybalt. Well, it's never too late, you know. Next time you're there, you know, make it a point to go. I've been once. I think I did a blog article on that, but I haven't done a Trippy Food episode on it. But I think we did a blog article on the Winchester Mystery House. That's kind of fun. It's a fun place. Let's see, Stanley Hotel in Estes Park. Yes, the Stanley Hotel was the inspiration for The Shining. So the Stanley Hotel was the inspiration for The Shining. A lot of people think that the Hotel New Hampshire, because it looks like the Stanley Hotel, was the inspiration, but it is not. The Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, California, was the inspiration for The Shining. And then in the movie itself, they used the Timberline Lodge, which is on halfway up Mount Hood in Portland, Oregon. So that was, that was the hotel. But say it like Ullerfest. Ullerfest. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't speak Norwegian or whatever that language would be. So, love The Shining. Yeah. So, Amy, if you're in Portland, Oregon, then go to Mount Hood and visit Timberline Lodge, where they actually film the exterior scenes. If you're in Colorado, go visit the Stanley Hotel, which was the what do you call it? The inspiration for it. The interior scenes were filmed in England, in a studio in England. And then Hotel New Hampshire is just a cool hotel that looks a little bit like the Stanley Hotel, but it's kind of cool. So anyways, beer thumbs up. Let's see, did we? No, we did not answer the question. The question was, where would you find a red snapper hot dog? It seemed like years ago we were talking about that. Where would you find a red snapper hot dog? Let's see. So Steve Russell said New Jersey. Janice Yamanaka says Maine. John King says Cape Cod. Oh, I love this. Tom says, he does not say kumquat. He says, iconic style of hot dog. The snapper name alludes to how these bright red sausages snap when bitten into. This is a result of W.A. Bean & Sons making their hot dogs. Yes. So Tom, it's because they use a natural casing, which is usually a lamb intestine is what they use. They use a natural casing for that. The red color has nothing to do with the ingredients. It is actually colored red. They're called red snappers because they're red in color and because they do have that snap that a natural casing does. So a lot of other hot dogs that do use a natural casing will have that snap, and that's a desired thing that you want in hot dogs. But you're correct. W.A. Bean & Sons, they still make those hot dogs. I think there may be only two people that are manufacturing them. One is W.A. Bean & Sons, and the other one is Cayenne, who are famous for their Fenway Franks. They're located in Chelsea, Massachusetts. So the reason that the red coloring came into play was because they wanted their hot dogs to stand out from everybody else's when they were in the butcher case, so that people would buy their hot dogs. So that's why they're just colored red. But other than that, there's really nothing that differentiates them from other hot dog. But it is specifically a main thing. The reason I know so much about this is because we actually did when we went back up to Boston, we did an episode on red snapper hot dogs. So that should come out. I can tell you when that's going to come out. Hang on one second. The Red Snapper Hot Dogs episode comes out on December 30th. So December 30th, Red Snapper Hot Dogs episode comes out, and it features Julie Couture. So daughter Julie. There we go. So Steve Russell said Jersey. Janice Yovana said Maine. Tom was very, very specific. He didn't. It was funny because Tom didn't say where, but he just gave the story behind the Red Snapper Hot Dogs. The assumption is it is Maine because W.A. Bean & Sons is in Maine, and they're still manufacturing that. Nucleation. Thank you, Janice. That's the beer tornado thing. Nucleation. Tom, we talked about broccoli flavored chocolate, not broccoli flavored chocolate, chocolate flavored broccoli, or chocolate dipped broccoli. We talked about that at the beginning, but you didn't specify whether that was cooked broccoli or fresh broccoli, which I think would work better with chocolate. But then taken the other direction, broccoli flavored chocolate, that's different. Speaking of broccoli flavored candy, it reminds me of there was an episode of the Odd Couple where Felix wanted to do baseball cards, but instead of baseball, he wanted to do great moments in opera. So his cards were great moments in opera, and the gum was broccoli flavored. And then they were talking about how stupid it was, and they would say, people are going to be trading 8 Madame Butterflies for 1 Ron Swoboda. So that was pretty funny. Broccoli flavored gum. What was that one? Let's see. Did I miss anything? Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, we're at 3 o'clock. It's okay. You guys don't mind hanging around for another, 5 or 10 minutes? That's okay. The Mission Hotel is kind of old. Well, we already got to that. I scrolled up. That's why I scrolled up. I'm sorry. Dr. Sleep. That was the sequel to The Shining. That's right. I did not see that or read the book. I wonder if there's a Kumquat Fest. There's an everything fest. There has to be a Kumquat Fest. Let's see. Fresh, raw broccoli dipped in chocolate. Yeah, I think that would work, John. I actually think that would work. It's sort of like chocolate fondue with vegetables. I actually think it would work. Dr. Sleep would be way better if we'd never seen The Shining and Ty Vault. You got to watch it. You won't regret it. Well, the problem with The Shining was a Stanley Kubrick film, and a Stanley Kubrick film are hard to follow, hard to understand what's going on unless you've read the book. So I would imagine that since Stanley Kubrick didn't do the Dr. Sleep, that it makes more sense and it's easier to follow. That's what I would think. All right, we have one snack left, which is the scariest one. We're going to do that next. So let me read one last card. And the question is, what is the main ingredient of Mongolian Budog? What is the main ingredient of Mongolian Budog? And when I say Mongolian Budog, I don't mean like Mongolian grill. I mean, in Mongolia, they have a dish called Budog. What is the main ingredient of Budog, Mongolian Budog? Let's put that over here, and let's deal with this. So this is from Foo's Kitchen. Again, Foo's Kitchen is from, where is Foo's Kitchen from? Foo's Kitchen is from Fuchi Frozen Food Company in Kaohsiung, Taiwan. And these are soft-boiled chicken eggs. Now, the thing is, I saw these on the shelf with all the other dry food in the Asian food aisle in Ralph's, which is a Kroger store. And it says soft-boiled chicken eggs, soy sauce infused taste. They're less like solid brown, so they're not kind of the color of tea eggs. Ingredients: chicken eggs, sauce, water, sucrose, maltose, soy sauce, soybean oil, Chinese spices, licorice, star anise. It has licorice and anise, so it has the double whammy of licorice flavors. Licorice, star anise, cassia, white pepper, cumin, angelica, clove, flavor enhancer. Flavor enhancer is probably MSG. That just says flavor enhancer. Caramel coloring. That's it. Contains egg, soybean, wheat. Shelf life is 15 months when product is unopened and stored in a cool, dry place. Once individual wrapper is open, consume immediately. Best before as shown on package. I don't see an as shown on package, but I think we're going to be, April 25th, 2022. So we're in good shape that way. Individually wrapped eggs. They do not feel like they have a shell because they're a little bit squishy. Let's go ahead and open this up. You guys don't mind that we're a little bit over, right? You can hang out for a few minutes. All right, here we go. I'm going to put a napkin down because I don't know how much fluid is in here. No smell. There we go. That's weird. It almost looks like they heat it up in the bag or something. They seal up the bag and then heat it up because it kind of has the Either that or it just like over a period of time, they sucked the air out of it and it just formed to the shape of the package. Here's what I'm going to do. I am going to, I'm going to cut this in half so we can see what the inside looks like. Cut it in half the long way. Let's see. Fermented tofu. John King, have you ever had fermented tofu? We did an episode. Do the Trippy Food episode for stinky tofu. Stinky tofu, fermented tofu. It's actually delicious. You have to get past the smell, though. So, John, look that up. Look at Trippy Food episode for stinky tofu, fermented tofu. Yeah, that's interesting. See if we can get that close and we can actually see it. So the yolk is yellow. It's not like a century egg or anything. It's colored by soy sauce. Let's give this a shot. It's rubbery. Continue till daybreak live stream. Tybalt, did you see the original thing? I think it was from the 1960s. The original movie that the Kurt Russell one was based on. When I was little, my dad would make congee and mix in salted eggs for breakfast. The duck eggs, those are good. We love when you go over. There's no rules on this. Hang on. I say there's no rules on this channel, but we do like to keep it family friendly. Those are our only rules. So, you know, try to keep the profanity down. We also don't talk about religion or politics because then it devolves. Maybe we'll do a separate channel for that someday. Maybe. We'll see. I was expecting to have these a really strong, salty soy sauce taste. It doesn't. It's eggy. They're chicken eggs. It tastes like a chicken egg. The white part, which is now the brown part of the egg, a little bit rubbery. It tastes, again, maybe because it's older, but it sort of tastes like overcooked hard-boiled eggs, like maybe like the 10-minute egg or a 12-minute egg, something along those lines. Really, really cooked hard. I don't know that there's enough unique and different about it to make it, you know, interesting enough. I mean, it's just weird looking. There's eggs in a little plastic bag that are, you know, brown in color and stuff, and have a little bit of a soy sauce taste and everything, but maybe not interesting enough to like. Because it's kind of scary when you take a look at it, and then when you taste it, you're like, not so much. So I think thumbs in the middle on that. They don't taste terrible. They're not horrible. It's not going to get a thumbs down. But also at the same time, it's not that unusual. And that kind of rubberiness of the white part of the egg kind of, you know. So I'm gonna give that a thumbs in the middle. Maybe not a solid thumbs in the middle or anything, but thumbs in the middle on that one. Have to head out. Thanksgiving. I hope. Oh yeah. Okay. So remember, those of you who came in later, remember that Tom, old guy in Colorado, is going to be live streaming. He's going to be making hors d'oeuvres today. It is 2 hours from now. Well, a little less than 2 hours from now. So it is 6 p.m. Mountain Time, where Tom is in Mountain Time. 6 p.m. Mountain Time. You'll have to convert that to where you are, but definitely check his channel out. When you do so, please like the video. Or even like the live stream. Put the little press the thumb button on the live stream. Subscribe to his channel and give his channel some love because he does some fun stuff. And he's done some fun stuff with us, so definitely check that out. Just rewatched all Friday the 13th movies because my husband just bought the collection for me. Next one we're buying is Reanimator. I never really I'm not really into the Friday the 13th movies because I don't like the whole slice and dice. I don't like slice and dice horror films. I like for me a good horror film is like Aliens. And I know people think of that as fantasy or science fiction, but I really think of Aliens as a horror film. It is really a horror film, and I like that. And the slice and dices, I'm not really crazy about. Has anyone seen the original Gone in 60 Seconds from 1974? No, around that same time period, Tybalt. I remember Vanishing Point and what are some of the other ones? There was like Vanishing Point and some other ones like that. I do remember those, but I don't know. That's a long time. So when you say the original, I don't remember. If I watched it, I probably watched it when it first came out as opposed to, watched it recently. Val, did those eggs even have to be refrigerated? No, they don't. You buy them just on the regular Asian food aisle. They're not refrigerated when you buy them. I suppose after you open the bag, maybe it's a good idea to refrigerate them, but they don't have to be refrigerated as long as the individual ones are sealed. And then once you open the seal, you have to eat them right away. So that's the thing. I will probably. I don't like to waste food. I'll probably do something with that. So I will refrigerate those. We love you too, John King, and thank you for joining us today. All right, so our question was, did we answer the question? Did we finish that question? Yeah, no, we did not. The question was, what is the main ingredient of Mongolian Bulldog? And let's see, the answers were, oh, maybe that's what John King was saying, fermented tofu. No, they don't eat tofu in Mongolia. They eat tofu in China and Taiwan. I think stinky tofu is Taiwanese, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Tybalt says goat. Let's see. Janice Yamanaka said barbecue goat or tarbagan marmot. I think that was it. Janice is correct on both counts because it is goat or marmot. Now, what marmot is a kind of I think it's a rodent, some sort of like a gigantic squirrel. They're usually about that big. They live in Mongolia. The way they cook it is they usually take some sort of canister or something. They put heated up rocks from a fire into that canister and they put it into the body of the marmot and they let it cook from the inside out. They also use goat, and the reason they use goat is because they only use the marmot during the winter months, just before they hibernate. So they're the biggest just before they hibernate, and so that's when they usually eat the marmot. So the marmot is not the regular thing. It's what traditionally the dish is made out of, but they'll also use goat as well, usually baby goat for that as well. So I think you're all right. And so give yourselves an earning point as you want. The points drawer is open, and Tom gets green stamps instead. So that's all our questions. Now, we do have a few minutes. Well, I was going to say we have as much time as we want because it's after the fact. So it is time on Trippy Food where we do something stupid. So let's go ahead and open up another egg. Yes, it is stupid hour. I was cutting it up with scissors, and there's a little thing that says open. Then they throw the marmot into the dude's tub. No, that wasn't a marmot. That was a ferret. There was a ferret that they threw into the dude's tub. And not Doodle, not that dude. The dude abides, that dude. Yeah, it was a ferret, not a marmot. Put that egg in a 2021 burrito. It doesn't taste bad enough to put in a 2021 burrito. Besides, I think that's kind of Tom's thing. I will accept the challenge if Tom wants to do a 2021 burrito. So I will leave that up to Tom as far as the ingredients he wants to put in a 2021 burrito. But whereas this year is just as bad as last year, not just as bad, but almost as bad as last year. It's not the miracle year, everything is better now year that it turned out to be. Tom, if you want to put together a 2021 burrito, let me know what we're going to put in it. Again, maybe not crazy enough to put in a 21. So we're going to start with our egg. Let's see. Then let's use our Soldanza Yuuka chips. Let's see. I'm trying to get a flat one. Fermented beans, I hear, are very tasty. They are, John. You are talking about natto, N-A-T-T-O, natto. We do a Trippy Food episode on natto, so check that out, and then you can see exactly how tasty they are. But he said, nice marmot. Oh, he did say that. Oh, okay. But, I mean, it was a ferret. Marmot looks more like a woodchuck. I think there's some videos. There are some videos of a marmot screaming, because that's what they do. They scream. And so there's you guys check that out. There's video of a marmot screaming. So he's standing on a fence and he's going, ah, and he's screaming, and it sounds like a human being screaming. And then somebody else did something really fun with it, is that they took the Marmot screaming and they dubbed in Freddie Mercury. I think it was at their concert at Wembley, where Freddie Mercury was warming up the audience to go, Dale, Dale. And the thing is that they have the Marmot, singing along with him, doing his little screaming thing. So that's kind of fun too. Tybalt, look, okay. We're talking, what's the 2021 burrito? Yeah, Amy, you're on top of it. Let's see, what should we put on next? Oh, let's put in our Pringles potato bark. Thank you, John, for the reference for the potato bark thing. Then some of our Wicked Mix smoky hot chipotle. These are going to be hard. It's going to be hard to get these on there. I don't know how we're going to do this. Let's see. Well, if we can get a few on there, they were good. And our peanut shop smokehouse bacon and cheddar nuts. Let's put some of those on there. Am I forgetting anything? I don't think so. Nope, that's everything. There we go. Bottoms up. The weird thing. The weird thing is combining that all together brings out the soy sauce flavor in the egg. It's savory, salty, crunchy. I think what saves this, we didn't do anything sweet. We didn't do any candy, chocolate, anything like that today. Everything was salty, savory, slightly sweet. Everything really plays well off each other. I'm going to give it a thumbs up. I think it improves the taste of, well, some of the things, like those nuts were incredible. Some of those other things, I'm just saying it improves it, but it blends really well. It blends those flavors together really, really well. I don't advocate just putting something like that together and making it, but still, thumbs up, really good. Let's see. Oh my God, that looks scary. Yeah, it doesn't taste as scary as it looks. It does look scary, I admit that. Animals sound like people screaming will never not be funny. Still cry laughing watching the goats video. I agree, fine dining. Tyrell, after you watch that, you can watch Val do the same burrito on his channel. Yeah, a lot of contrast there between Tom's 2020 burrito and me doing Tom's 2020 burrito. The thing I love about Tom doing the 2020 burrito is that he did it as me. So it was a parody video of Trippy food. And I think that's the best part. I mean, Tom went so far for his art that he actually tried to dye his hair gray so he looked more like me. And he went out and bought a shirt like the shirt that I used to wear that I unfortunately ruined with furniture polish. Now mix the two drinks together. Janice, did I not do that? I did not mix the two drinks together. Well, shame on me. Let's do that. I thought I had done that. That is not a pretty color. Yeah, Janice, that surprises me that I hadn't done that. I forgot all about that. Ever look in the mirror and it breaks? I do not, but I do have so John, you will appreciate this because you are the paranormal king, as it is. The Whaley House in San Diego, they give you tours of the Whaley House. I think it's $5, and they give you a tour of the Whaley House. So on the tour, they took us into one of the rooms, and there was a vanity that had a mirror on it, and the mirror had a big crack running through the middle of it. And then the guy says, "And do you know how that mirror got cracked?" And people are saying, "No, how did it get cracked?" He goes, the movers dropped it when they were moving it up here. And so everyone starts laughing because it's like they were thinking it was some sort of paranormal thing. It's like, no, it's cracked because they dropped it. So little paranormal cracking mirror kind of story. So cheers. Janice, I'm really, Nope. Nope. That's a thumbs way down. That's bad. That's bad. I don't recommend doing that. Don't do that. I had to do it because, you know, that's how we roll, but that's bad. So I apologize for going over. I appreciate those of you who stayed while we went over and everything. I don't mind it. We don't have any, like I said, you know, it's not set in stone that we actually have to do just 2 hours. But I'm glad you guys stayed. It was good to see you guys. We saw some people we haven't seen in a while. We have a lot of our regulars. We had all 3 of the trips here. They can't beat that with a blunt object. So I really, really appreciate it. I will ask you once again to check out Fine Dining, the trips, Old Guy in Colorado, Genesee Yamanaka. Check out their channels. Again, go to our, I think it's featured channels. Go to our featured channels on our main channel page and check them out because they're all great channels and they're worth checking out. When you do check them out, be sure to subscribe to those channels. Be sure to ring the bell so that you get notifications when they come out with new episodes or do live streams. And be sure, really important, on the live streams and on the videos to do that little thumbs up because it's really important and it helps them out a lot. And so we appreciate them and they appreciate us and they do that for us. So be sure to do that. But definitely check out those other channels because they're really good. I highly recommend it. But just remember that it's crazy out there. So please take care of yourself. Have a great weekend. Again, another reminder, we are not going to be doing a live stream next weekend. It's Thanksgiving weekend, a long Thanksgiving week, but we got a lot going on that weekend, so we will not be doing a live stream. But make sure that those of you in the United States anyways, who are going to be celebrating Thanksgiving, have a safe and happy Thanksgiving. Be careful because it's crazy out there. Take care of yourselves. Take care of others. We love you, and we will see you soon. Bye, everybody.